Hey guys, how's it going? This is Deadly. Make sure to subscribe for more videos and also let me know what you think in the comment section below. So today we are playing Warlords of Draenor on launch day. It's not going to be fun. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be full of lag, but I decided to log in anyway and see what to expect. So right out the gate, we weren't experiencing too many issues on Bleeding Hollow. I first went to Tanan Jungle. That went off without a hitch. There was no lag involved. I was able to get these starting quests completed particularly quickly. And some of these quests I've already done on my channel as well in longer videos in the beta program, other than seeing some of the cinematics. So I'm rolling as a Marksmen Hunter, and that is kind of a whole other video discussion on where we kind of sit right now in the Hunter class. It's not good compared to some of the other classes out there, especially the Marksman spec. I think Beastmaster wasn't hit as hard, but Survival and Marksman are in real deep shit right now. And I can talk about that later. So that was fun, you know, rocking through Tanan, escaping from the Iron Horde. That whole event is extremely well done. You have a lot of cinematics, a lot of interactive quests. The one thing I do really like about the NPCs in Warlords is they're always doing something. They're not just standing around kind of like the old school mobs. You know, sometimes the Iron Horde, they're preparing for war. You know, you have guys on the anvils creating weapons. You have people carrying supplies. You know, you have people harvesting resources. You have guards on standby. You know, people defending, you know, their bases. It's not just NPCs, you know, randomly wandering in a circle. They actually feel like they're doing something, you know, something meaningful. And that's kind of what I initially noticed right out the gate. And it's great. You know, with the new phasing environments, we got those way back in Cataclysm. You know, it's a nice addition to actually, it makes you feel more a part of the world and you're actually doing something meaningful. And that kind of helps with leveling, because leveling isn't the most enjoyable thing. You know, a lot of the people who watch my channel, they may seem to enjoy it. I like it, but it's not for everybody because it's a little grindy and boring. But Warlords doesn't feel like that. It really feels like you get deep into the story. And I think the verbal cues really help there. So in the past with other Warcraft expansions, you have to read all the text to kind of understand, you know, how things are actually, like what things are actually going on. And, you know, starting in Cataclysm, Miss Pandaria did it really well, especially the Pandarian starting areas. And also in Warlords, it's doing a very good job where people like me who like to breeze through the quests, we can still get some lore and general understanding of what's going on by some of the verbal cues from the quest givers that we're doing. Anything that's extremely significant about the story, you hear it verbally. And I really wish that would happen more. I know it's a gigantic game, but those verbal cues are really important for people like me. Now, maybe down the road, I'll actually sit down and read the quest text, but especially in this launch period, everyone's just breezing through. So it gives you an understanding of what you can expect, you know, who's the main protagonists that you have to fight against, and also additional cinematics, which have been really well done, in my opinion, to kind of help drive that storyline for people who don't get too deep into the quest text. So that's something I really liked. Now we go to Frostfire Ridge, and this is where the shit starts to hit the fan. Especially on Bleeding Hollow, I know a number of smaller servers didn't really get hit with the lag too hard and the DDoSing, and I'm not sure if it was actually DDoSing or not, but it was just server lag. But around 4 a.m. Eastern Standard, so after about an hour the expansion went live, the surveying telescope that's required for you to build your garrison was completely broken. You couldn't click it, and this resulted in a couple hundred people pretty much maxing out the shards, sitting on top of that surveyor's telescope because they couldn't move forward. Everybody who got past that point before it broken are ultimately everyone who's like level 97 to 100 right now, because pretty much for, I would say, I don't want to over exaggerate here, 5 hours that telescope was broken. So you weren't able to build your garrison. If you can't build your garrison, you can't progress in the quest lines at all. It's, the whole Warlords of Draenor expansion is very dependent on your garrison. And the garrison is awesome, and that's something that I can talk about in another video as well. So after that got resolved, I went to bed, woke up, it seemed to be fixed. Completed a few quests, you know, met Durotan, kind of met the Frost Wolves, got a little bit into that storyline. And then we were sent to the fucking tower, Gormal Tower. Holy crap, Gormal fucking Tower. Don't even get me, oh my god. Gormal Tower was so bugged for hours yesterday into the late evening. It was not working on Bleeding Hollow at all, and it seemed to be server dependent. So on the server shard for Bleeding Hollow, people would go up to Gormal Tower and you cannot do anything. You can't see quest givers. You would start killing mobs, but the lag would be about 15 seconds behind. They disappear in the phasing and come back. And the only way I worked out was my buddy Grinch. If you guys watch my live stream, Grinch is on there a lot. So he actually has a level, well, probably 90 something Horde Paladin right now on Laughing Skull. So I was able to join the Laughing Skull server shard to actually complete that Gormal quest. But it actually, even doing so, it wasn't working for a little while on that server either. So I wasn't actually able to complete Gormal's quest until 5 p.m. Eastern Standard that night. So after I completed that quest, I stayed on the Laughing Skull server shard. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's finally over. The pain is over. You guys don't even want to know. It's still unbeatable on Bleeding Hollow, but I went to Laughing Skull. And everything was fine up until I got to the Gnar storyline, where you have to go and start killing the Grons. That's where the Laughing Skull server started to go down as well. And I was unable to really progress any further than that. The Garrison Hearthstone was broken, and you would use it and it would teleport you to basically hell. This level 100 area in Frostfire Ridge, where this level 100 molten noose, like rare spawn, would come and fuck you up with his molten barrels. It was really messed up. So at that point, I said, okay, I'm going to head back to my garrison by foot. I'm going to turn in a bunch of these quests, which I've completed, and then I'm just going to wait it out. And I got to that point, and I had to log out because I just wasn't able to progress. So I was able to get to 92, but it was a very difficult 92. If it wasn't for the lag, I would most likely be around 95 to 96 right now with the amount of hours I put into the game. But you guys will be seeing that either on the live stream or on this channel here. My progression with my Hunter from level 90 to 100. I'm also going to be leveling up my Shaman to 100. I believe this expansion, there's a good chance my Shaman is going to become my main character, just because of how hard the Hunters were hit with the nerf stick. Like, literally, Hunters right now, we have Steady Shot, Chimera Shot, Aim Shot, and then it's talent dependent. So either, Crows or Glaive Toss. You also have Power Shots. You only get the 2 choices. I used Crows, and I also use Barrage. Those are the 2 abilities I use on Marksman, but that's pretty much it. That's the 4 core abilities that I currently have for damage. Not including multi-shot, because that's AoE, but you guys understand that that's kind of shitty. So, and it's not fun. Like when a Shaman, you're casting things, you get a lot of decent procs that kind of mixes up your gameplay. With Hunters, especially Marksmen, you have to stand still to get your buff for 3 seconds with sniper training. You stand still, you get a damage and crit increase, you move, you have 5 seconds to stand still again, or else you'll lose that buff, and so on and so forth. It's not too fun. So I don't know. I'm probably going to be switching to Beastmaster very soon, because I've heard that's a little bit more fun than Marksman at this point, but it's just pretty lame. So we'll see what happens. If you guys found this video interesting on my experience with Warlords of Draenor, I'd love to hear how you guys are doing. Let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. And thanks for watching. And if this is the first time watching my videos, definitely subscribe for more DayZ and Warcraft content. I make it all the time. We have a lot of fun, and I also stream every single morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard on Twitch, twitch.tv/DeadlySlob. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the game.